Hello everyone, I am here. I'm just cutting out a couple of flowers. I know I'm a little tiny bit early, but I am here. Okay, oops. I'm just cutting out a few of these little pansies while I wait for everybody and make sure we're all here. Oh, it's a bit cooler today. It's quite nice here. Haven't been so hot. I haven't had to have the air conditioning on or anything. Been really nice. So let's see, let me just cut a couple more of these out because we're going to need them later. And I'm just using the Pansy Petals set. Okay, let's just pop these out. I love when you don't have to do any stamping, when the paper's got everything you need. I'm just going to cut one more of the small ones, and then that's all I need. Let's just tear this. Hi Laurie, how are you? It's nice in Cochrane today, isn't it? We can see the sky. Haven't seen the sky for days. But it's really nice, blue sky, and the golf club's fairly empty, so really nice. Can you hear me okay, Laurie? So I never know how much people can hear until you all say, yep. Oh, yeah, it is good. You must be able to hear me because you're answering a question. So, yeah, it's really nice. Okay, let's just put that one back. And I just need a couple more of the leaves. So I'll just cut these. Let me find the one that I want. I'm going to use the long one. Just pop those over here. I'll show you the paper in a second. Oops. Sometimes I find that these little pieces, they jump off easily. And really, you can just pop washi tape on the top. I know, I'm just a bit too lazy to get it out. Not that it's even far away. It's, no, in arm's reach. So, never mind. Okay, last one, and then let's make our project. So what are you up to, Laurie? You been crafting today? Or taking all those little dogs for walks? There we go. Okay, that's all I need. So let's put the little machine away. Okay, and I'll pop this die back on. I must really put them onto a magnetic sheet and inside the stamp box, because that way I know that they're all there. I just haven't got around to it yet. Put that out of the way, and then let me move those little pansies. Oh, that was nice. You took your mum out to lunch. How's she doing? So this is the Pansy Petals Designer Series paper, and I must admit I haven't used it very much. And a lot of that is because I bought so many of the gorgeous Designer Series papers from the annual catalogue, and then all of a sudden it was time to get the Christmas papers, and I don't really know which to use next. But what I'm using tonight is this sheet, where, let me get those dies back again, where all the images are there, and you just put the die over, run it through your machine, and it cuts it out for you. You don't have to stamp or anything. And as well, there are dies so that you can stamp images in different colours and cut them out, and they even emboss a little bit. I'm not sure if you can see those. Hope so. But, they'll emboss, or they'll make little leaves and things for you. It's really pretty. I just honestly haven't had time to play with it. But I'm also using the paper that comes with it that's got all these leaves on. So I love the gingham on the back of all of them. But these ones save you such a lot of time. I'm going to pop those back in. So I don't need any more of those. but I do need a piece to use. I thought I'd got one out. Just like that one, and there's only one. Oh, here it is. So I'm using this piece as well. So I'm going to pop that out of the way. So this is the piece that I'm going to use, and I'm also using the back. And we're going to make a little gift card holder, like a little pocket card. Did I just use the dies to cut out the flowers? Yeah, I did. Let me get that back again. I didn't do any stamping at all. All I did was I got the sheet that has all the flowers on, and in here there's the bigger die, which is this funny shaped one, and that fits perfectly over the large pansy. And then the little one is this one, and that fits just perfectly over the small pansy there. And when you cut them out, they will look like this. They just have that little white edge round, and you don't have to do anything. They're really pretty. They're pretty colours. It's not that I'm just being so lazy. They are very, very pretty. And then the leaves are the same. So with the leaves, there are 2 sizes on here. And I think somebody counted, there were hundreds of the leaves, something like 200 on the sheets ready to cut out. So the small one goes over those small leaves, and then this elongated one goes over here. And then I do have a swap card made with this. Let me just get it. One of my friends sent me this swap card, and you can see that these are stamped. They're not stamped. They're not stamped at all. They're just cut out with the dies, and you can see those embossed lines on. So even if you want to not stamp at all, you can still make all the other pansies and the little bud as well. But if you want to stamp them in your own colours, then these dies are the ones that you use to cut them out. So, but there's lots and lots in there. I just honestly haven't looked at everything that is in there. I haven't played with it enough. So, but I should do. Okay. But it really is a pretty set. And I do like the font too. Okay. So let's pop those away. And then what we're making is this little gift card, pocket card. And all it is, it's really the same size as a card. You just score it and fold it differently. And then you can pop a little card inside, and you can put a gift card in. The only one I have is this little Purdy's chocolate one. But you know, a gift card fits in really nicely. So I thought they would be quite nice for my nephews for Christmas. They're at an age where you never know what to buy them. So gift cards all the way. So yeah, that just fits in there. But if you didn't want to put a gift card in, I've done it before where you put like a little tea bag in. You see, a tea bag fits in nicely. You can still get that in an ordinary envelope, and it still goes through the mailing machine. And a couple of times when we had the stamp set that said, "You're just my cup of tea," I would do that kind of a card and pop a little tea bag in. But also you can put coffee in. And then these are the other kinds of tea bags that I had put in once before. I like these ones because it's loose leaf tea, and they fit in really well. So let's pop those out of the way. And this morning I did leave on my Facebook page, I did pop this little card which shows you all the sizes and everything. And I have cut out to make one in the penguin paper as well, but as you probably realised, I'm going to use the pansy paper. So let's give it a go. I'm going to cut some paper first. I haven't cut anything. I've got everything ready, but I honestly haven't cut anything. I'm just going to move that while I cut. So, oh, then you won't be able to see it, sorry. So for your designer series paper, you're going to need 2 pieces, 2 1/4 by 5 1/4 and 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. So because these two numbers add up to 4, I'm going to cut a 4-inch strip off here. And you can choose 2 different designer series papers if you want. All I'm going to do is use the back. So I'm going to use both sides. Now I'm going to chop this at 6. And I know that for a lot of my cards I can chop that in half again and still make that like a card front. But I only need the 1 piece right now. And so I'm going to cut this, I'm going to turn it round. This is going to be the top of our card, and this is going to be the bottom. So I'm going to turn it round and I'm going to cut it at 2 1/4. Okay, and then we'll have this piece on the front and this piece on the underneath. I love this striped one. Okay, and now we need our card base, and because the colours in here are the evening evergreen, I'm actually going to put it on evening evergreen card. I love this green. So you just need to cut it as though you were cutting an ordinary card base. So we're going to cut it right in half at 5 1/2. Okay. We only need 1 piece, so I'm going to put that onto one side. Okay. And then we're going to spin it round, and we're going to score at 2 1/2. So I'm just going to pop it into here, measure it up to 2 1/2. Make sure I've got that cutting blade out of the way. And I'm going to score at 2 1/2. And then I need to score again at 6 1/2. So I'm going to open my trimmer, just move it along a little bit. And 6 1/2 is after where the fold is for the little trimmer arm. So I'm just going to go up to 6 1/2, score that. And then I think we're done with that. So although it isn't scored conventionally right in the middle, by the time you fold these 2 pieces, it makes an ordinary card size. So I'm just going to fold that one in, and then I'm going to fold this one in as well. Okay, so it's a bit like a gatefold card, and really you could use it this way as well, and you could make a little belly band that went round with a strip of designer series paper or card, and put a little sentiment and an image on there. If you didn't want to make it as a gift card holder, you could certainly use that same template as a card, but I'm going to use it for the gift card holder. So here are our 2 pieces that we cut. This one, oh, I forgot to cut them down. I left them at 6, didn't I? So let's just cut those down to 5 1/4. Okay. Good job I hadn't put glue on the back. Okay, so 5 1/4, and the other one at 5 1/4. Love these little bees on here. I have it so that the smaller side is underneath and the larger size, almost like the envelope flap coming over the top, is bigger. So before I glue, I am just going to check that they fit. Yep, I just had an awful feeling that I had to cut the whole thing wrong then. Okay, and I've got my liquid glue just because it's fast. Okay, so I'm just going to put this one on the bottom. Just move that along a tiny bit. Not quite centred, there we go. Now I know Jane's not here tonight. She said she's going to watch on replay, and Anne-Marie's working, so it might only be just a couple of us, but that's fine. It's still fun to come and craft with you. And if you do make one of these, post a picture so we can see, and I'll send a little gift in the mail. Okay. Oh, doesn't that look pretty already? I love that. What pretty colours. Okay. Now to make the little flap part, what you need to do is attach this just at the edges back onto the card like that, so you have your little pocket. Now you can use tear and tape, but if you use tear and tape, it uses up a little bit more of the edges, and it can be a bit tight to get the card in and out. So I prefer to use wet glue, but you can use tear and tape if you want to. But with wet glue, see, you can put a much narrower strip of adhesive down. There we go. You don't need glue across here, of course, because you're leaving it open to make a little pocket. Okay, I'll just put my lid on my glue so I don't need it again for a couple of minutes. Okay, so there's the start of our little pocket. Just check. See, it still goes in, and little gift card still goes in. You can even put your gift card that way around. I'm not sure about those double gift cards. I've never tried. You know, like sometimes when you buy a gift card, it's got another little piece on up here that just tells you where it's for and everything. I'm not sure if they fit in. I just haven't tried one. Okay, right. Let's concentrate on making this little card that goes inside and on the little front piece that we need. So for the inside, I've already got my little piece of basic white cut. It's 4.5 by 3 1/4. Just checking. Yeah, 4.5 by 3 1/4. And I'm going to put one little sentiment like I did on this one, and then just one of the little pansies. I'm not doing much stamping or anything. So for my sentiment on the inside, I'm going to choose this one. The wishing you a little extra happiness just because you're you. And I've got my Evening Evergreen ink. And I haven't used this stamp, so I'm just going to rub it over with my thumb. Just check that there's none of those oils on that from manufacturing. Excuse my reach while I just get a little piece of scratch paper. Let's see how it stamps. Oh, very pretty. I do like that font. I know I've said it before, but I really do like it. And I'm actually going to stamp this, not in the middle, I'm going to stamp it up in this top corner. Okay. Oh, I won't put the lid on that because we're going to need it again. Actually, let's finish this piece first. Right, so I'm just going to clean my stamp though. I've got my chamois ready. I think it might be just the two of us, Laurie. It's like just you and me crafting, but I know lots of other people will catch up. So you have to talk to me lots, Laurie. Otherwise I think I'm here on my own. Okay, so let me find all the little pieces that I've just cut out. Here we go. And I know I want one of these and one of these for the front. And I do have a few others that I already cut out. So I think I'm just going to get some of the spare leaves. I might use the little paler leaves that I'd cut out just before we started. I love you to talk to me too, Laurie. Okay, and I'm just going to pop this little one down here. I'm not even sure how many leaves I'm going to pop on. Maybe just a couple. Yeah, I might just put a couple on like that. I'm not going to put them on with dimensionals or anything because I've already got some height from dimensionals going on the front. So I don't want to make it too thick. Come on out, glue. Where are you? I know there's some in there because it's full. and I just used it. There we go. Okay, so if I put my little flower like that, I'll just and put another one like that, and then I'm just going to glue this one onto the top. Oh, I haven't been to London, Ontario. Have you got family over there, Laurie? Are you going for a vacation? We need the Ontario ladies, don't we, to tell us what it'd be like. I don't know if it'd be hot there then either, or muggy, or... Okay, so this is our little piece that's going to go inside. Right. I'm going to work on the front piece, and instead of using like a little circle die cut, what I decided to use... Oh, Laurie, that's lovely. Has she got lots of family over there? Did she live over there as a child? Sorry, I'm using these tailor-made tags. I love making tags, but I really like that these come in so many sizes, and I like these ones. You know, where you can just put like the little circle over the holes, or the little D-ring over the holes here. So I'm using those instead, and I'm not doing a backing for it. Oh, well, you make sure that she has a wonderful time and sees everybody that she needs to see. Okay, so I've already just die cut them on basic white, and they're only on the thinner card. I didn't do them on the thick card. So I've got that, and I'm going to put a little sentiment down here, and I'm putting the one that sort of matches. I'm putting this one, love you much, so that the inside then has that little wishing you a little extra happiness. So I'm putting love you much on the front. I've already got that on, and again I haven't stamped with this one yet, so let's give it a little rub. Okay, I didn't realise she was born in Toronto. What brought her over here? Did she have sort of any family over here, or did she come for a job, or... Oh, that's nice. I'm just really nosy, Laurie. I like to know. Okay, so let's stamp that. That is nice, isn't it? It's a really sharp font for it being so fine. It's really sharp. Do you go back to Toronto very much? Okay, now I'm going to put the pansies on here, and I think I'm going to put one of the big ones and one of the small ones, the same as I've got on the inside, just sort of like this. And I want to use the darker leaves that I cut out. Let's have a look. I've got a selection. Okay. So your dad was in Toronto too? And then he came to work over here in Calgary? Wow. Okay, let's see. I think I'm gonna put this one. I might just spread them out first and see how they fit. I don't mind if they go over the edge here. I've got a big one and a little one. Oh, I don't think I like two there. Good job I spread them out first. Let's just put this one here. Now, my mum, they went to live in America after the war. My granddad was offered a job over in the States, and they went to Los Angeles because they had family there as well. And when Granddad got there, the jobs that he was meant to be working on the docks, but the war had just finished, and they didn't have enough jobs for the Americans and for all the people who had emigrated. and so work had paid for him to go over there, but he couldn't get a job on the docks, and so I think in the end he got a job as an insurance man, and he was really enjoying it, but my grandma didn't like being over there. She missed all her family back in the UK, and so they'd sailed over. They came over first class and they'd landed in Canada, and then they went on the train from Canada to the States, and my mum loved it. She loved being in the States, and they stayed with an auntie who had teenage girls, and so my mum, she had a younger brother who was quite a lot younger than her, and she loved being with the teenage girls, and she loved everything about the States. But Grandma couldn't settle, so the family raised money to send her back, and so they raised enough money to get them all back to the UK, and then they stayed in the UK. But other than that, my mum, you know, would have been born in the States. I probably wouldn't have been here. So it's strange how things work out. Okay, now I'm going to pop a little ribbon on there. Oh, and I've got the little tiny, like that little D-ring that I showed you, that it had the little die for as well. Okay, pop that on there. Just make sure it's straight. But my mum still wonders, do you know, I don't know if that doesn't go the other way. I think it goes that way, doesn't it? I'm so busy gabbing. My mum still wonders what it would have been like to have stayed in the States. And I'd say she loved just everything about it. She was 10, but because she was there with the teenage girls, you know, I think she had a bit of a whale of a time. So now I've got the open weave ribbon, and this is in the soft succulent, which goes with this, and I think I've also got it in the evening evergreen. So let's just see. Not quite decided which colour I'm going to use. What do you think, Laurie? The darker or the soft succulent? What do you think? I'll leave it a minute till you see it before I make a plan. Gonna use the dark. Yeah, thanks, Laurie. Okay, so I'll just cut a little bit off. You don't need very much. Just throw that little piece away. I might actually make that go the other way. Let's see. That little scraggly piece from the end. Okay, got that little piece on. Little piece stuck on my finger. Okay, so I'm just going to thread that through there. And then I'm going to tie it up just with a little piece of the white twine. Now this is a new one, and I find it so difficult. I always want to pull this piece here, but I think really that's the underneath piece. I'm never quite sure. Let's have a... Last time I ended up just pulling a piece in the end and hoping for the best. I'm sure there must be a particular way to undo it. I just can't see what it is. Oh, look at that. You pull that little end. Oh dear. I'm sure last time when I pulled that, it sort of stuck underneath in the middle. Oh, good job it's only you and me, Laurie. Okay, so I'm just going to tie this in a little bow here. I'm going to tie a little bow on it as well. I'm liking all the new colours of twine that we can buy. before we used to be able to buy the linen thread, and then occasionally they would come out and say, oh, now you can get the white with the pink or the navy with the grey. But I'm really liking this basic set that they've brought out, so that you get, you know, like the linen thread colours and the very vanilla and the black. And I'm not sure if it's like a soft sand, Sahara sand, or a soft suede, not quite sure, but I do like that we've got the different ones. Oh, Laurie, yeah. No, I'm just pretending there's only you and me. Nobody else will notice that. Okay. Oops. What's that on there? I think it's adhesive. Let's just erase that. Yeah, it's just a little bit of glue. There we go. Okay. And so then I'm going to put this on the front for the little sentiment here, and I'm going to put it on an angle just like this. So we only need to have dimensionals up here. I'm not attaching it all the way under because otherwise I won't be able to open it. So I just need some dimensionals. Oh, I've got some there. Let's pop some on the back here. Pop another one up here and put it over so it's on that flower as well. Okay. Throw those away. Could probably have put another one under there. Let's pop another one there. And I'm just going to go over it with my bone folder because that usually makes it lay down a little bit flatter. Okay, so there's the little one with the pansy set, and here's the snowman one that I made. I am going to make this again. I think we've got time for me to make another one, haven't we? Yeah, it's only 6:32, and I've got most of these bits already left over from this morning when I was making other cards. So I like that. I like that one, that's pretty. Okay, that one would be nice to send with a cup of tea. Okay, so let me find the little pieces I need, these blue pieces. Whoops. I've got lots of pieces already cut. I love that paper, Laurie. I think you can't go wrong with that, can you? No. Okay, so let's make another one quickly. I'm going to use Balmy Blue. Same little sizes that we had here. So I'm just going to cut it straight in half. So I'm going to cut it at 5.5. Pop that on one side. Turn it round. We're going to score it at 2.5 and 6.5. Move that blade, 2.5, open that piece up. Okay. Oh, I'll need to cut some paper as well. Let's do Designer Series paper while we're here. I have got a couple of pieces out, and I'm going to do the same as I did with the pansy paper. I'm going to cut a 4-inch piece off. It, actually just going to cut it to 5.5, no, 5.25, isn't it? Okay, and then I'm going to turn it round and cut it at 2.25, and that will give us the top piece that I need. And I don't really want to use this dotty one again, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make 2 cards with this, and I'm going to cut this at 4. I've got a lot of them to make, so I don't mind having sort of different pieces for the tops and the bottoms. I'll just cut this at 5 1/4. So easy to make this card. Chop this down to 2 1/4. Put the big piece away, and I'm going to keep this little green piece. Okay, I think that's everything I need to be cutting. So here's my card. Fold these over towards the middle. It is a really fast card, Laurie. If you want to send gift cards, you know, you normally send in a card with them as well, and then you're fiddling about trying to find something to put a gift card in. I think this just does the job. Yeah, I'm going to put the trees on the bottom. And once you've made one of them and you know where all the pieces go, it's so fast, and they're really good for batch card making as well. You're not cutting any fancy sizes. You haven't got to cut, you know, the card base differently. It's the same as just an ordinary card, just half a sheet. Okay. Yeah. I send money to my nephews some of the time, but honestly, I send it and it's gone, and I never see, you never see anything special for it, do you? It's just there and it's in your bank. But actually opening a little gift card, that makes a difference. You know you've got a gift then. Okay, now I've got some little pieces. I think because I wasn't quite sure what I was going to use, I think I might just do it the same as I did this one. I've got a plain circle for it to go on, or I've got the little fancy curly circle. Let's see, a little scallop circle. I think I'm going to go with a scalloped one. Okay. So I need to stamp a sentiment on here. Let me find. I've still got Misty Moonlight out, so I'm just going to stamp with that. And let's put these pansy ones away, and then I can get a different one. I've been prepping our Stamp Some More class today as well, Laurie. So it's, we're going to do the box cards that Melanie asked for. So now let me just see. I don't think I have a stamp set here. Let me just get it. Sorry about that. And what shall we have? I'm only choosing that Season's Greetings, but you could even make it the Happy Birthday one if you wanted. But I'm doing it Season's Greetings just because I know I've got a lot of gift cards to do. So, okay, and the same as that size. Oh yeah. I'm just going to stamp this off to one side. I was playing with this set over the weekend when I was designing a card class, and I have lots of little bits and pieces cut out from then, which made it quite handy because I was sort of almost using leftovers then. Let's pop that one away. Otherwise I end up with a desk full of all different little sentiments and things. I never know where I've got them from. Okay, so I'm going to attach that one to here. Oh, I probably need to stamp something else as well, don't I? Because I've got the inside piece to do. Okay, so I've got this one. Let's glue these little edges down next. And again, I'm going to just use my liquid glue. It's definitely strong enough to hold it. and it's just a bit narrower than that tape and tear. Tear and tape, not tape and tear. Okay, so that will go on there, and then I've got a whole packet of little penguins. Let's have a look. Oh, they're stamped ones, and these are ones with the paper. I don't know if there's anything cut out in here that's the right sort of colour. Let's have a quick peek. No, because I want the blue background. I've got some cut out that are on the purpley background. You can never find all the piles if you don't put them right away. Yeah. And then I'm looking at it and thinking, where did that one come from? Okay, let's do that little fox. I know you liked the little fox last time. So let's cut that little fox out. Really quick and easy little fussy cut. But these kind of designer series papers that have like little images on and things, I just find them so useful. When you don't have to sort of stamp and cut out. I mean, I love stamping, don't get me wrong, but just some days you want something fast. And these kind of design series papers just fit the bill. They're not even difficult to cut out, are they? There isn't a set of dies for this paper. Of course, it came with the punch set. Well, it goes with the punch set. This is that free Sale-a-bration paper. So, but it's really, you know, they're not difficult images to cut out. They're not very intricate. And because I always leave that little border around, you know, it's very forgiving. Whereas if I was having to cut right on the edges and things, it wouldn't look quite so good. Fussy cut, yeah, fussy cut. What did I say? Okay. So we've got him, and I'm going to do a little penguin as well. Really quick and easy. Oh, nearly cut his foot off there. Poor little guy. There we go. There we are. It means there's not very much waste as well when you're fussy cutting. I'm going to pop him on the front and him on the inside. So let's find the glue again. I like to have a little bit of them just overhanging the edge. So, okay. Yeah, you can cut on the border, and if you are cutting like around a black image, use something like a Stampin' Write marker or a journaling pen and just colour the edges in case, you know, you've missed a bit or something. But really, if you leave that little border, it's so much faster for cutting out. Let's just cut this little bird out as well. I do sometimes cut right up to the line. As I say, I end up still with little white bits, so I'll just go over the edge with a pen. And that way you can't see any of the white. So it still looks like you've got a black border. But it takes a while for me to cut on the lines. Okay, pop him on there. Just to fill that little tiny bit of white space there. Okay, and then let's get a piece for the inside. What did we put on this one? Be cool, be chill, be merry. Oh, I think I put that because it's sort of a cool sentiment. So let's have a look. I might do just the same. Let's see. Let's pop that one on. And where did I hide the ink? Here you go. Oh, could see there was a little bit of ink missing off that letter B. So I'm just going to stamp up here. There was a little bit too much ink on there, I think, because I pressed it in a few times, so it's a little bit thicker there, but that's okay. They'll only be interested in what's on the inside. They won't worry. Okay, and then I'm going to pop this little fox on the bottom. I think actually that's just a little bit of ink I've got on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get my gel pen, which is over here somewhere. No, it's not, it's hiding. Here we go. I'm just going to get my gel pen and just go over that little white, the dot with a little white. There we go. Okay, so this one will go on the inside. And then this one, we're just going to put over here. So all I'm going to do is put the dimensionals at the top, but I'm actually just going to put them onto here. Just checking where I want it to be. I might have it at the different side. Depends which animals are over here. No, I think I'm going to have it there so I can see more of these little ones. Okay, and instead of putting the dimensionals on the back of here, I'm just going to put them up here. That way I don't have to worry about which piece is going to be seen underneath and whether I've got it all stuck in the right place, because I know it will be in the right place. So there we are. I'm just going to turn it over and go over with my bone folder. And so there's our second little card. And here's our first one. I think the first one's my favourite. I do love that pansy paper. Oh. Okay, so that's our projects for this evening. Let me pop that lid on the glue. Now, if you ever have any requests, yeah, you need to make some of these. They're so easy, Laurie, and they look so nice. And this is gorgeous. I love this one. If you have any requests of what you'd like me to make one of the Facebook Live times, just let me know, and you know, I can show you how to make something. Or if you've got a particular stamp set you want me to use, then no, we can do that too. So, and I'm just going to show you the cards that I made for the card class, because there's only a sneak peek on the flyer that I made, but these are the little cards that I was making at the weekend for the card class. And instead of cutting out the designer series paper, I actually stamped with the stamp set. But you could make these cards just the same if you had that designer series paper instead. So there are our little card class ones. Okay, yeah, 2 of us was just fun. I'm sure when everybody else watches later as well, they'll be able to join in a bit more. But it was really nice just having the 2 of us to chat. Thanks, Laurie. So I'll see you all again next week, and have a wonderful weekend, and have fun. Take care and have fun going back to see your mum, and booking that trip to Ontario. Take care, everybody. I'll see you soon. Bye.